All right, folks, due to popular demand, I have some updates on one of my popular videos about a guy who won the lottery and got sued by his family. So if you just want to see those, just skip ahead. Today's main Reddit story is from r/TIFU, where OP, a 30-year-old guy, finds comfort in the online chats with a girl he thinks is 21, who turns out to be, well, spoiler alert, she's a bit younger, like way younger. Alrighty, let's dive in. Today I messed up by getting catfished by a teenager, posted by Too Bipolar to Feel Sober. The title sounds terrible, and trust me, it is. First off, I'm 30. I've never really posted long story posts before, so I'm sorry if it's hard to read. I live alone and have only a few friends and sometimes just want to meet new people, and yes, I'm aware this is making things sound even worse. It all started by downloading an app that connects you to random people to text, but with profile pics. I met a few interesting people, but no one who I actually carried on a conversation with until I met Emma, fake name. She was a cute-looking 21-year-old that had mental health issues just like me, and we connected. After talking for a while, she suggested we go to a different app. I said, sure, I'll give you my number and we can go to WhatsApp, but she said that was too personal and suggested Discord, which I was fine with. We chatted every single day for a few weeks, then she asked for my phone number and we switched to WhatsApp. My bipolar disorder sent me manic as hell during this time, and Emma kept me in a routine. She made me try to sleep when she went to bed around 10 p.m. and woke me up every day at 7 a.m. This was honestly the worst my bipolar has ever been to me, and a random girl I met on a dating app kept me in a routine, got me off alcohol, made me promise I'd touch no drugs, and gave me a reason to smile every day. When the mania started fading, I got seriously attached. I found out she had a drug problem and promised I wouldn't leave if she tried to get clean. I supported her daily, while withdrawals were really hard for her. It felt amazing to meet someone I shared interests with where we could help each other fix our lives. I genuinely felt closer to this human than I had to anyone else in my life. We shared absolutely everything with each other and spoke for hours and hours every single day for 6 months. She saved my life during the worst mental health crisis I've ever had. She asked me to visit her, and she lived in a country 500 kilometers away from me, but she seemed absolutely perfect in my eyes, so I agreed. I said next year, as I'd have to save for accommodation and flights or a train. She said, oh no, that's fine. You can stay with my parents. So we set plans for December because we both loved winter. We flirted, shared non-sexual pics, video chatted, etc. Once we were on the phone for nearly 8 hours one day. Everything seemed absolutely amazing. She looked 21, so I had no worries there. She was the biggest confidence boost I've ever received. I thought she was really cute. We shared everything about our lives with each other, from trauma to the good things. I was genuinely happy for the first time in a long time. And then last week I received a message, I need to tell you something. I replied with, sure, go ahead. She replied with, I'm not 22, actually in August I'm 15. Please don't leave, I love you. I was shocked and felt disturbed and absolutely freaking disgusted, but also kind of heartbroken. I replied with, look, you know my age. I'm so sorry, but I can't do this. I wish you all the best, but I seriously don't want to go to prison. I wish you all the best. Please keep the promise and stay clean from drugs, but I have to go now. I blocked her number, Discord, and deleted her contact information. The worst thing is I feel like I've lost someone really close to me. I have that horrible empty feeling inside, and it's awful, but this literal freaking child was planning on having a 30-year-old stay at her parents' house with her in a few months, so I feel seriously creeped out and don't know how I didn't realize. She looked and acted like the age she told me she was. What the hell, man? I'm going to make fun of OP a bit, so don't hate me. I do truly feel sorry for this guy, but I'll get to that in a bit. First, though, anyone else need a minute to process that? I mean, come on. Online dating is rough enough without your potential soulmate pulling a surprise to catch a predator twist. Now, I get it. The internet's a strange place. And honestly, I'm almost impressed by the number of red flags this girl could throw without him catching a single one. Let's see. She's got an entire lifetime's worth of baggage at 21. She's inviting you to stay at her super chill parents' house. Nope, nothing sketchy there. Also, is using Discord to talk to potential partners actually a thing now? Then, boom, plot twist, she's actually 15. Congrats, my man! You're now on a watch list somewhere. Seriously, though, how was this supposed to play out when he showed up at her parents' house? Hi, I'm here to date your daughter who I met on an anonymous text app. Now that's a conversation I'd pay to see. In all seriousness, though, I'm glad our guy did the right thing and cut off contact. And I truly feel sorry for him because he literally lost his best friend. He's basically grieving over a best friend like they died. That's so terrible, and I can't imagine what that feels like. But let's take a moment to appreciate the absurdity of the whole situation. It's a wild reminder that not everything you see, or in this case don't see, on the internet is as it appears. Stay safe out there, folks. The dating world is wild. All right, guys, as promised, here's the update to the lottery winner who ended up getting sued by his family. I hope these updates clarify a lot of the questions you guys had. Alrighty, let's go. So why didn't you just tell your wife not to say anything so this wouldn't have gotten out? What is the relationship with your wife like now? Is the family, including your sister, completely and permanently cut off now? I didn't prep my wife, and that's a big part of where I messed up. We didn't live in a mansion, just a nice house, and we still had to pay property taxes, so it wasn't like we lived completely free of bills, so the knowledge of not paying mortgage isn't always on my mind. Like, it's easier to see when something is there than to see that something isn't there. Since there wasn't any money left over, the only difference in my life and my sister's was that I didn't pay rent or mortgage. I just hadn't thought about telling my wife. Our relationship is still solid. It's strained due to circumstances, but not because of resentment or anything. Once we're settled again, it'll be fine. I couldn't reasonably be mad at her for not knowing what I didn't tell her. My cool sister is still in my life because she didn't sue. She was a character witness in my defense, stating that some of the actions my family claimed I did would have been well outside of what I'm capable of. She asked me once if any money was left, and when I said no, she never asked about it again. Her job pays pretty well, so she isn't in debt. The Navy really helped set her up for a good career. Everyone else has a no-contact order against them. They can't talk to me, my wife, or my daughter ever again. My parents tried to fight that citing grandparental rights, but that was dismissed. They have one less grandchild now. How in the world were they able to get the judge to rule in their favor? What a horrible group of people. The judge was relatively fair, which frustrates me to no end. The bulk of the money I lost was because I had to pay their lawyer fees in addition to court costs. If lawyers in court was free, then it would have been like $2,000. The judge dismissed so many of the claims, so it brought the demanded amount from 6 digits to just 4. And then he only ruled in their favor about things that had tangible evidence, like the scar. At that point, my lawyer and I discussed that it would probably cost more to fight those claims than to just pay them. Imagine having a family member that won money. Then, after not getting any, you sue them and deal with legal procedures for over a year. Granted, it's not like you go to court every day or week, just to get $2,000 that you split between 5 people total, 2 parents and 3 siblings. That's like $500 per person. That's how I look at this. They collectively agreed and sold me as a family member for $500 each. The way I look at it is that I paid $10,000 to never deal with the 5 worst people I've ever met in my life. Countersue for emotional and abusive damage. The lawyer brought that up and attempts were made. The state I grew up in has very specific laws regarding child abuse, specifically saying that the actions had to be intentional or willfully negligent. My parents were able to explain they had no knowledge of lead paint, and the conditions out of their control were what led to poverty and the bad home life. Any emotional and abusive damage received after I was 18 began when they found out I won money, because I left for the Army and went no contact pretty much immediately. Their lawyer argued that a lawsuit demanding financial recoupment for the family and any conversations made prior to the suit being filed was not enough to constitute any sort of emotional damages. They didn't make any threats, and all they did was call me and my wife a lot. How I handled a lawsuit emotionally was out of their control. Regarding my work life, according to their lawyer, it was my fault that my performance at work decreased and led to that other situation. And anything coworkers did had nothing to do with my family since they didn't actively tell anyone to harass me. What the hell? So your coworkers found out the awful crap that happened to you and began doing the same? They didn't get the whole story. Basically, my boss confronted me because of my performance and attitude. I told him basically my family is suing me because they found out I won the lottery a long time ago. I didn't think he needed a backstory, so I didn't tell him my sob story of a childhood. Either someone overheard that and began gossiping, or the boss told people himself. But all that anyone bothered hearing from the rumor mill was, yeah, he won the lottery, and now his family wants some of it. I finally lost it at coworkers asking for help financially and coming to your house at night. What kind of people do that? They all thought that hearing "won the lottery" meant I was like a millionaire or had hundreds of thousands of dollars to spare or something. I assume they thought I just came to work because I was bored at home. To be fair, it was only one guy who came to my house at night. Everyone else was just texting or calling me about it or straight up asking me at work to help them. The guy who came to my house lost a bunch of money that was in his kid's college fund to a really just absolutely terrible investment and wanted me to help put his kid through college. So the type of person to come ask for money at night is the type of person to invest in cardboard homes in the rainfall capital of the world. Not what he did, just an analogy for how obscenely stupid it was. Since your wife wanted to know more about your family, was this sufficient for her? Yes. She fully understands why I kept them out of my life and is now helping to keep the familial border wall in top shape. Hey, wait! As always, don't forget to kindly tap the like button, share, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what you would have done if you were in this situation. Stay safe out there in that crazy world. Much love, peace.